don't like. Okay, get to know me. I'm just going to be very factual about things. My life as a human. Well, my name is Miranda. My name is Miranda Rose. I was born in Mississauga. I'm from Toronto. I grew up in like the suburbs in like big giant ass house. My dad's a dentist. My mom was a hygienist, but she didn't work for most of my life because my dad made so much fucking money. We went to private schools. Yeah, I was raised like hella privileged, but not like crazy, like I'd say like upper middle class. But it's weird because that's all you know, and when you're a kid, like you don't know any different. But I remember being a kid and being like so busy, we did like everything, like school was so much, uniforms, craziness, everything was in French, which is so confusing. I remember being 3 years old and like going to my mom and being like, or talking to my neighbors, and I found out that their school was in English and they could understand their teachers. And then my mom was like, you know, she just like smirks and she's like, yes, I know, like, you know what I mean, like, we're giving you this gift and now you can, you know, and you can throw it away one day if you want, or, you know, you can keep it, but it's just something that your father and I are giving you, blah, blah. You know, when you're 3, you're just like, I don't understand. But yeah, it's weird. It was just like my life, and I was a kid, so I wasn't in control. I didn't make the decisions. It was my parents, and we grew up figure skating, like very intensely figure skating, so much so, and we were good. Like my sister and I were really good, to the point where our coach like asked our mom if she would take us out of school and have us be homeschooled so we could skate full time and compete and like everything like that. Like she saw us going to the Olympics and stuff. But my parents decided not to go that route and to focus on education. So I am literally stupidly highly educated. Like, so bad. I'm not even one to... I don't really value education because I feel like it's kind of... I mean, the most that it did for me is that it, like, trained me. Literally, I remember being, like, because I had such a huge workload at such a young age, I remember being stressed and freaking out and crying at, like, 7 years old, and, like, crying at the dinner table because I had, like, a book report. We had just done, like, 2 hours of skating plus ballet or something that night. We also did, like, piano twice a week, skating 3 times a week, and then we went into karate, but school was like always the priority and like all this stuff. And then, but I guess that like that really hit my mom because eventually we moved to Europe, so the south of France, a little itty bitty town called Aix-en-Provence, and if you don't know where that is, it's like in the southern part. So like all along the bottom of France, there's like, I mean, on the east side there's sort of like Cannes, which like you guys know, like Cannes and Saint-Tropez I've been to, and then Marseille. You probably know Marseille. It's actually the second biggest town or city in France, but no one really knows about because people only know Paris. But yeah, Aix is like 30 minutes from Marseille. But yeah, so she moved us there because they wanted like a change of pace and like all this stuff. But really, I think it was my dad trying to get rid of us because he actually ended up staying here to work. Now that my parents are divorced and he lives with his like 20-something girlfriend in a house that they own. Sorry, I'm not bitter. Basically, both my parents suck. I feel like I was left to my own devices basically. And I essentially just like took advice from you guys. I remember being stressed and overwhelmed at like 7 years old. So basically, like, my mom made a change. We moved to Europe, which, if like, I mean, you guys know, it's like it's actually a much like laid back sort of pace of life, which really like, so for my like teenage years, it was a lot of like being sucked into like media. I got obsessed with this one actress, Vanessa Marcel. I watched like all of her stuff, and then I got obsessed with Lady Gaga. And yes, I was bullied and like all this stuff. I was bullied like my whole life pretty much. Like it was always like weird stuff with friends. And then I met her when I was 17. Yeah, it sort of woke me up in the sense that like, oh my gosh, this is like a real thing that I can do. Just life. It just woke me up and I was like, holy shit, I'm here. And we're both human. Like that was pretty much what that was. And like realizing what was happening to my family. Then we moved back after high school and I did the IB, which if you don't know is International Baccalaureate. But like I went a little crazy. Actually, which is probably not good. I'm gonna sound crazy, but then it's just like there's like different things that I see and like understand. It's like soul shit from like past lives and like karma and like, oh, like soul contracts and like stuff like that, like weird shit like that, which I admit I had a few of them and they did not work out. And you can tell because it's like you're like groomed to like do something and you understand. So that's that stuff. Oh my god. Okay, so I have a twin. So I have like basically a mirror, an exact opposite of my own soul, and I've met her, and that's my crazy like, oh, I'm gonna haunt you for the rest of your life shit. Real shit. It's so hard because I have like everything written down on like Word document. I will give you everything. It's great. I'm gonna sound crazy. Basically, the only reason I know this is it's from my own like actual experience. Like, I didn't come up with this shit. I didn't try and like, I'm not like trying to be interesting and like all this stuff. It's just what makes sense to me because I wasn't understanding. It was me trying to understand my reality and what I was actually experiencing, because what I was experiencing was like not normal, and it's like life and like everything, and we're only here for a certain amount of time. It's just my way of like comprehending my reality because life gets a little crazy. I really woke up and like went off the deep end, like in my classes too. I know too much and it's not good. It just basically just means that like I've been here way too fucking long and I'm getting tired. This was supposed to be my last life because I had it down packed. I was like, I know what's going on, what's good. Like, I had everything planned out essentially, but things never really go the way you plan or the way you hope, and like I'm not a huge fan of my life, basically. So that's fun. I have 3 soulmates. We're just more similar energy, and then I have lots of fucking karmic shit, and it basically just means you have like a similar personality, but it's like less extreme in terms of like the severity of like the life lessons and whatever. But it makes sense. Yes, I'm very rare. Like, okay, usually with twins, there's one of them that's like an indigo. They say is like an indigo child, which basically means like a weird thing where I'm just like, it's like a sense of calm, or like I'm just connected to everything, and it just like makes sense to me. I think the other thing that I wanted to say was that I've had actual like indigo experiences, which is really weird, which is my whole like purple thing, because I'm the indigo one, and I can tell too. There's another set of twins that I know. They were my exes. I actually dated them because they're both polyamorous. And the female, so the girl, was the indigo one. And there's like always a male and the female. Soul-wise, I'm gonna sound so crazy. And with you, so Maddie and Sia is actually the indigo one. Like, Sia's the purple one. So anyway, so thanks for watching my different get to know me. If you have any questions, please, leave them down below. Okay. Alright.